If you drive down Sands Avenue at night, you'll see it long before you reach the Strip, a glowing orb the size of a football stadium. It flashes planets, eyes, emojis, and burns through millions of watts of power every single day. This is the Sphere. It cost $2.3 billion to build, took almost 8 years to finish, and was supposed to be the future of Las Vegas entertainment. But now, barely 2 years after opening, that same building is quietly becoming the biggest financial mistake in the city's history. Because the Sphere didn't just reshape the skyline, it's reshaping the lives of the people who live here, and they're the ones paying for it. When the Sphere opened in 2023, it was hyped as a miracle of modern engineering. 366-foot-tall, immersive concert hall that would bring millions of new visitors to Las Vegas. The opening shows with U2 and Darren Aronofsky's Postcard from Earth drew global attention. Wall Street called it the most innovative entertainment project ever built. The city saw it as proof Vegas could still dream big. But by 2025, the numbers told a different story. Instead of lifting the economy, the Sphere has become a money pit with no clear way out. In Q1 2025, Sphere Entertainment Co. reported $280.6 million in total revenue, down almost $41 million from the year before, and an operating loss of $78.6 million. In Q2 2025, revenue crept up to $282.7 million, but the venue division still lost about $83 million. The company insists it's improving efficiency, but even with sponsorships, ticket sales, and ads on the giant exosphere, the building bleeds cash every month. Electricity alone costs millions. Maintenance for over 1.2 million LED panels never stops, and every immersive film or concert production can cost $10 to $20 million to create. Yes, the Wizard of Oz at Sphere Show broke records with over 1 million tickets and $130 million in sales, but that's one show in 2 years. And behind that success, hundreds of others were canceled, delayed, or performed to half-empty seats. From the outside, the Sphere looks like a global hit. It lights up the night sky, draws influencers, and gets millions of views online. But the money doesn't come from shows. Most of its revenue now comes from advertising on the dome itself. The exosphere has become a 500-foot digital billboard. Brands like YouTube, Xbox, and Coca-Cola pay tens of millions to flash their logos across the city. That might look good on paper, but it's not sustainable. Ad revenue dipped sharply in Q1 because there was no Super Bowl in Vegas this year. One missing event, and their finances plunged. That's how fragile the business model really is. To build the Sphere, Las Vegas rezoned the area, widened roads, and upgraded infrastructure, much of it using public funds. City officials promised it would boost tourism and jobs. Now the jobs are disappearing and the city is left with the bill. Locals are already seeing higher utility rates and reduced community budgets while the Sphere keeps running at a loss. In a way, Las Vegas took out a loan on its future, and the interest is being paid by the people who live here. The inside story is even worse. Workers have described the Sphere as technological chaos. The LED system requires constant recalibration. Audio techs and engineers work 14-hour shifts to keep the visuals synced. Earlier this year, multiple departments were downsized to cut costs, including maintenance and stage operations. Former staff say burnout is rampant and turnover is climbing. Sphere Entertainment calls it optimization. Everyone else calls it survival. The Sphere was never really a Vegas project. It was a New York project dropped in the desert. It's owned by Madison Square Garden Entertainment, the same group behind the Knicks and Rangers. Their CEO, James Dolan, promised to redefine entertainment. What he delivered was a $2 billion spectacle that locals can't afford to attend. Tickets for premium shows run over $200, parking is $40, and drinks inside can reach $30 each. That's not entertainment for the average tourist. That's a luxury tax disguised as fun. Vegas once prided itself on being the city where anyone could feel rich for a night. Now it's the city where only the rich can afford to feel normal. Since the Sphere opened, nearby venues have struggled to keep up. Shows at Caesar's Palace, Planet Hollywood, and even the Venetian report lower attendance during major Sphere events. Locals call it the blackout effect. Tourists come for one night, take pictures of the Sphere, and leave. They're not walking the Strip, not gambling, not exploring. The Sphere is pulling money away from Vegas, not into it. Even big casinos are cutting staff and budgets to offset the losses. It's a slow bleed, and it's starting to show. People rarely talk about this, but the Sphere is one of the most energy-hungry buildings in Nevada. Its 1.2 million LEDs and 160,000 speakers run on continuous high-power cycles. Locals have reported higher grid loads and temporary brownouts in surrounding neighborhoods. The city insists it's manageable, but residents aren't convinced. When a single entertainment venue starts affecting public utilities, that's no longer entertainment, that's exploitation. Every time the Sphere lights up with an emoji or turns into a giant basketball, tourists cheer, locals groan. For them, it's a symbol of everything wrong with the new Vegas. It's flashy, soulless, and completely disconnected from the community that keeps this city alive. Ask any longtime resident and they'll tell you, Vegas used to feel human. The dealers knew your name. The bartenders remembered your drink. Now it feels like an algorithm runs everything, and the Sphere is its headquarters. Sphere Entertainment says it's expanding overseas, eyeing projects in Abu Dhabi and London. Which sounds impressive until you realize what that really means. They're doubling down before the first one even makes money. They're trying to scale a failure and calling it innovation, and Vegas once again is left holding the bag. The Sphere was supposed to usher in a new era of entertainment. Instead, it's become a warning sign, a warning about corporate greed, a warning about the price of spectacle, a warning that sometimes the future isn't something to chase, it's something to survive. The city that once sold dreams is now selling debt, and the people who built this town, the servers, the dealers, the musicians, are paying for someone else's gamble. At night, when you drive down the 215 and see the Sphere glowing over the desert, it still looks magical. But behind that light show are empty seats, overworked staff, and a community that's been priced out of its own city. Vegas doesn't need another glowing attraction. It needs leadership that remembers what made this city special. Real people, real fun, and prices that didn't make you feel like a fool. Until that happens, the Sphere will stand as the ultimate symbol of what Vegas has become. Beautiful on the outside, broken on the inside. The $2.3 billion building that was supposed to save Las Vegas might just be the one that kills it.